So what is Charged Particle?
Yeah, sure. So Charged Particles is an NFT protocol that allows you to take your NFT, give it a smart wallet so you can deposit other assets inside of that NFT. You can put other fungible tokens like ERC20s or DeFi interest-bearing assets, or you can put other non-fungibles like ERC-721 or 1155. So you picture your NFT as a basket and you can put things inside of it, then you can time lock that basket. So even though I transfer it or sell it or move it, you can't pull the things out from that smart wallet.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ben, and as usual, I am the host of today's podcast. Today, we have an amazing person with an amazing name. His name is Ben Lakoff. Welcome to the show, Ben.
Nice to be here, Ben. Ben Dow, let's go.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about yourself, right? And when I asked you about yourself, I also would like to know about your favorite NFT. So yeah.
A little bit about myself. Ben Lakoff, American, but I lived outside the US for 9 years. So I actually spent 4 years in Bangkok, so kind of over in your neck of the woods. Background in finance, got involved in crypto in 2016, angel investing in a Thai crypto exchange, and then kind of started a company in 2017, a trading company that failed, learned a lot, stuck around in crypto, as they say, got further down the rabbit hole. Co-founded Charged Particles summer of 2020. It was originally started by my co-founder Rob Secord in 2019. And we'll go into more details on that. But these days, spend a lot of time on Charged Particles and do a lot of investing, advising in the crypto space. You also asked about favorite NFTs, right?
Yep.
So I held out on the whole PFP game and kept a nice picture of my face for the longest time, but I've switched. So I have a pixel portrait, which is just a custom-made pixelated image of yourself, which I just look like any other white guy. So it was, when I got it, it was a pretty plain Jane white guy. So that's my PFP. But I'd say I'm not going to mention our own, but a favorite project that I kind of know and follow closely would be the Fluff ecosystem. So Fluff World, the bunnies.
All right. So, you mentioned today's topic, right, is actually Charged Particle. So what is Charged Particle?
Yeah, sure. So Charged Particles is an NFT protocol that allows you to take your NFT, give it a smart wallet so you can deposit other assets inside of that NFT. You can put other fungible tokens like ERC20s or DeFi interest-bearing assets, or you can put other non-fungibles like ERC-721 or 1155. So you picture your NFT as a basket and you can put things inside of it, then you can time lock that basket. So even though I transfer it or sell it or move it, you can't pull the things out from that smart wallet or inside. So like our Twitter handle is DeFi NFT that we got in February 2020. So it's a very hot space, this intersection of DeFi and NFT, but it's something we've been thinking deeply about for quite some time. Yeah, excited to be here.
Yeah, one of the examples I can think of that did this is actually Avagochi. Is that something similar?
Yeah, definitely. So actually, coder Dan was in Charged Particles Discord before Avagachi and talked to Rob and kind of jammed on some ideas on it before starting Avagachi. But very much was kind of inspired by Rob's original vision. There was a nights and weekends project at that point to build out Avagachi.
Cool. And I want to understand a bit of the technical specifics here, right? Because it sounds to me a lot like wrapping. How is this bundling function technically achieved?
Yeah. So you're just taking an NFT and you're giving it a smart wallet. So that smart wallet is what contains those assets. So you think of it as like almost a sub wallet. You have your MetaMask or your ETH address with your NFT, and your NFT then has its own smart wallet. So like kind of tiers down. But you get to see a lot of really, really cool stuff when kind of like nesting these things inside of each other in a smart wallet, which is in a smart wallet, which is in a smart wallet. So some pretty cool. It kind of shows the power of like these composable building blocks when picturing a NFT, not just as a beautiful JPEG or a piece of art or whatever digital media file you would like, but picturing it as a container, something that's able to hold other assets in a programmable way. It gives you a lot of flexibility in what you can do.
I think the first idea that comes to mind when I hear this is loot boxes for games. Kind of like, you know, how in Overwatch where you have a box and then you have randomly generated skins from it, something like that.
Yeah, 100%. Or you think about like your little virtual avatar with this little NFT backpack running around the metaverse and putting little NFTs into his backpack as he goes along. So this is like the more easy to understand example. But then you have a product that we call vesting capsules. So this is used by founders or investors. So you take your tokens that you would distribute to your investors. Typically, you do this in a smart contract that they can pull out monthly. You can put that inside of the NFT and then give that to them on day one. So they have tokens. They have that NFT with the tokens locked safely inside. They can't dump on the market. They can transfer it to a new wallet. They can use it as collateral. They can sell that whole package before it actually vests. Kind of gives you a lot more flexibility. And then from the team's perspective, you know, you don't have to worry about distributing monthly if you're like, you know, using Disperse app or whatever. You've gotten rid of that on day one, and they can't pull it out. They can't dump on you, and they have full custody of it from day one.
Oh, that's really cool. So just to clarify, it actually vests within the NFT. So a bit unlocks every month. You can program it in. You
can. So we actually don't have that flexibility. We just do time periods. So you can do a big batch unlocking in 6 months, a big batch unlocking in 9 months, 12 months, and kind of take those sub NFTs and roll them all into one big NFT. So you still have the ability, like a linear vesting. That will be a key feature of V3 because there seems to be a bit of demand for this. We've had a number of projects locking founder or investor tokens in an NFT. With Charged Particles, you can still use this beautifully aesthetically pleasing NFT that is a piece of art. It just happens to be that capsule, that deliverable for the founder or investor tokens themselves.
I mean, that's really cool. I can imagine how useful it will be for new projects distributing tokens. And on that point, I'm actually curious. Beyond founders using it for this specific purpose, do you have any other kinds of users? For example, individuals like myself, and what use cases do you see? Can you give some other examples?
Yeah. So that's just the like vesting capsule product. So our art DApp has been live for over a year now, also in Polygon. So we have had quite a bit of like art experimentation. So one NFT with multiple NFTs nested inside, all from different artists. An artist group called The Guild did one long ago that I forget how much it sold for at this point, but you know, nearly $100,000. It's this really cool idea of having all of these artists collaborate, nest all of them into one NFT and deliver the whole NFT. Actually, we did a giveaway at NFT NYC, like a treasure chest for partner tokens or fungible and non, all locked into an NFT, given away and time locked. So, you know, they can't pull it out and sell it right away. So these are some of the use cases that are live. So with Charged Particles, it's an NFT protocol. So NFT agnostic, any type of NFT. So we've we've separated into guilds, each guild kind of focusing on a different niche within the NFT world. So there's a music guild. We have Unchained Music that's actually closing out their seed round right now, built on top of Charged Particles, using NFTs as like this accounting ledger of whose money goes where, visually represented by an NFT. We have a gaming guild, so different groups of people kind of experimenting around with different use cases. Like Avagachi, you have this basket growing in interest or stuffed full of other fungible or non-fungible tokens. This has gaming written all over it. So a number of different projects being sprung up. Book of Alchemy is one of them that has done multiple successful NFT drops and is building out an entire ecosystem with very rich lore around this Book of Alchemy. It's really, really cool, all centered from Charged Particles. And then, of course, we have like a number of other guilds: ecology, charity, fashion, visual arts, development, collectors guilds. These are kind of the ones that round out the whole ecosystem, but I talk forever. Obviously very passionate about the music and gaming ones. These all of them are really, really cool. I don't have favorites.
When you mention guilds, are they actually part of the DAO, or are they little communities that people just form naturally?
Yeah. So, I mean, if they're owners of IONX, our governance tokens, then they would be part of the DAO. They're Discord channels within our Discord and groups of individuals that collaborate and have their own Twitter spaces and jam on different ideas all within a Discord. So, they're part of the DAO if they're token owners. We haven't started doing like full-on grants or anything in our token. That's more of a little bit later this year. We'll probably start to do something more like that. But right now it's been pretty organic, kind of super, super excited about Charged Particles and what's possible. I have a subject matter expertise in gaming. Thus, I find myself in the gaming guild, jamming with other people that also are super excited about it. Let's create something magical.
Could you explain what Charged Particle token does?
Yeah. So Charged Particles token is IONX, IONX, and it is a governance token. So we have a governance forum at gov.charge.fi and then snapshot voting. And this is to control key decisions of the protocol. We do believe in progressive decentralization. So we're very much a team of 16 that's working full time, that's shipping and delivering, and we have daily stand-ups and all of the things. But eventually, more and more control and decision-making will be in the hands of the governance token holders as we move on this progressive decentralization path.
Are there any interesting statistics that you can share about the protocol?
Man, I should have come prepared with those. Yes. No, in terms of so our DApp went live over a year ago. We went live on Polygon in June or July last year. Number of NFTs minted. So we have a full minting station and marketplace kind of built out. As this is all proof of concept of what can happen with these energized charged particles, these NFTs holding other assets. We've had over $3 million in NFT sales. That number's probably outdated at this point. But some of the more interesting stats, there's Paragon's DAO launched. They locked $23 million worth of founder tokens inside of Charged Particles NFTs using these vesting capsules. And then now Fractal, and there's a couple of other ones that will do that as well. So those numbers are quite significant when you're thinking about founder tokens being locked in these NFTs. So those would be kind of the most interesting stats right now. There's definitely some charity and giving back stats that I should know off the top of my head. But we go live with our protocol V2 in the next couple weeks, which has a number of really, really interesting updates. One of which leads into the charity that you can actually direct a portion of your interest generated in your income or generated in your NFT to another wallet. So what this could look like is you have an NFT stuffed full of interest-bearing assets, and you pledge a portion of that interest into a charity or into another wallet of your choice. But this is kind of a feature that will be quite useful for gaming in the way that we're thinking about it with some of these things as well.
Okay, you mentioned a lot about charging, right? And I guess it's a term that the team uses. And I want to understand a little bit more about what are the implications of charging, from the perspective of other contract functions. For example, could I technically bypass royalty sales for NFTs held inside if I sold a charged NFT?
Yeah, 100%. And this is so in my blog post about vesting capsules, I said, create a piece of art, stuff it full of investor tokens, give them to your investors. It's still a normal NFT that you can buy, sell, trade on OpenSea or whatever. But that thing is clearly a security. So OpenSea would probably ban it because it has a value locked inside. So we're really shaking up the idea of what is an NFT, what is a financial instrument, injecting financial instruments into your NFT. It's kind of really blurring this line for sure. But we're an open NFT protocol, so people can put these composable building blocks together in ways that resonates well with them, that helps support their ecosystem. So we support a lot of different things, and I would encourage anybody listening to jump into our Discord and contribute. There's a lot of really, really cool ideas and people kind of building and tinkering with charged particles, and that's with the dApp as it is. So in the next 4 months or so, we'll have our API and SDK, and then, talk about true composability, being able to take what we've built and truly start moving towards this NFT protocol that's really everywhere, allowing any and all NFTs to hold another token inside.
That note, can you mint NFTs on the platform directly?
You can. So we have a minting station. It's live on Polygon and ETH. Mm-hmm. Everything on our platform right now is zero fees. So free to mint, free to sell. You do pay gas. So we're on Polygon. You can exercise your true creativity there. That's for sure. And then, it's 0%. The fees are set at 0 for deposits and withdrawals of assets inside. So all of these things are set at 0 now as we continue to getting a little bit more traction.
Are there any plans to move to other chains?
There are, for sure. Dev resources are pretty scarce these days. Yeah. So, and we're working pretty darn hard on pushing out Protocol V2, which goes out soon. Then V3, we have NFT liquidity mining, and then we have our API and SDK. So these are kind of the big milestones. But after, or perhaps in parallel to a few of those later ones, looking into other EVM compatible chains is definitely on the roadmap as well.
And I suppose this is for 2022, alone for the plans.
Yes. Correct. So we've built up the team over the last 6 months. So we finally we've always had a really good team, but we've actually got the actual manpower to do these things. So 2022 is going to be a big year from a development standpoint and really moving towards that NFT protocol vision that we want.
Great. And I think we've covered through our questions quite quickly. And I just want to kind of round off. What is Particlon, right? Because this is a new project being organized by Charged Particle itself.
Yeah, it is. So Particlon is the first generative NFT drop by Charged Particles. So in last year, we sold some leptons, which are yield multiplying NFTs. that will go live with our liquidity mining. And this Particlon is a PFP project that's built on our Proton contract. So every NFT will be filled with another ERC20 token in a random amount that will be redeemable for a future weapon. They come like battle ready. We've got this whole battle planned with them. And then the group we're working with, Vazi, the idea of having this Particlon NFT as an access token to get into a lot of these real world events. We believe that we're kind of blurring the two lines. You know, you can battle and speculate within your NFT from day one. And then you also have the ability to use this in real life as, you know, part of your tribe in these IRL meetups. So it's a pretty cool blend of the two. And aesthetically, it's going to look freaking awesome. Like this thing's really coming along.
When you say battle, do you mean it's an on-chain game?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
right, cool.
Everybody, I mean, look at our gaming guild popping off. Like it's Charge Particles protocol has tons and tons of gaming abilities, like using this as the building block to build different play to earn games or battles or whatever. So we've always been, you know, encouraging development of these sorts of things and ideating and helping. So now we'll have a PFP project that is the poster child for all of these crazy Charge Particles experiments. And yeah, it's super fun ideating on these things, and just the power of having an NFT as a basket, holding other things, those things equating to something within the game. And I don't want to alpha leak too much about all of the dreams that we're dreaming up with this, but yeah, I mean, Particlon will be the poster child that we can push through all of these crazy things and build out these fun little side adventures that serve as a example of what's possible with Charged Particles. And, you know, as soon as we have the API and SDK, people can run with this and like build on these crazy little use cases that we're using Particlon as an example use case.
Great. Well, Ben, I guess, you know, we went through our questions pretty quickly. Is there anything else you'd like to add or share with our viewers before I end the session?
I mean, presumably you'll tag me, Charge Particles, Particlon on Twitter, which is probably the easiest way. At Charge Particles, we're hiring. So we're looking for a UI, UX and full stack developer, but always kind of encourage anybody that's interested, passionate to reach out, and we'll see if there's some interesting way we can work together. But no, we're super excited about 2022 and beyond. And Particlon is going to be super, super awesome. That will be at the end of March. And yeah, watch this space.
Thank you so much, Ben. Great to have you.
Ben, enjoyed it. Thank you, sir.
This podcast is provided as part of the overall information on cryptocurrency contained on our website, is for your general information only, and does not howsoever constitute any endorsement, financial or investment advice, nor any solicitation or offer of securities or other financial instruments. CoinGecko and the podcast presenter makes no warranties, implied or express, of any kind in relation to this podcast, including, without limitation, the accuracy and updatedness of its content. All opinions and recommendations there in the podcast are based on the personal opinion of the presenter. Please conduct your own research and procure professional advice should you, at your own risk, decide to howsoever invest or trade in relation to the content contained in the podcast.
For the latest crypto prices, visit our website. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up to date on the latest crypto trends.